So to go along with our lesson of learning about continents and oceans, we're going to go over the read aloud, and today we're going to read my pop-up World Atlas. We're going to first start off about the world. Planet Earth is 4.6 billion years. The distance around the equator is 24,900 miles. The highest mountain is Mount Everest. The largest river is the Nile River. Here's the different climates. North America, the climate is grassland. In South America, you have mountains and rainforest. In Africa, you have your desert and your grassland. In Asia, you have mountains and forest. In Europe, you have forest with a little bit of desert. In Australia, you have two climates. There's your desert and your grassland. North America is the world's third largest continent. It includes two of the biggest countries, Canada and the USA, as well as Mexico, Central America, the West Indies, and Greenland, the biggest island on Earth. Many people live in big cities such as Mexico City, Toronto, and Canada. The total land area is 9.5 million square miles. Total population is about 529 million people. It has 23 countries. The biggest country is Canada. In North America also includes the Panama Canal. Next, we have South America. The landscape of South America is amazing. A long chain of mountains called the Andes runs down the whole continent. On one side of the mountains grows the world's largest rainforest. It is as big as Australia. On the other side lies the driest desert in the world. South America includes Machu Picchu. The ruins of Machu Picchu are high in the Andes Mountains in Peru. This Inca city was built about 500 years ago. As you can see, here's the desert that they were talking about. Next up is Europe. By size, Europe is the second smallest continent, but by population is the third biggest. About 735 million people live in Europe. Not only Asia and Africa have more people. Europe stretches from the Atlantic Ocean in the west to Asia in the east. In the south, it is hot and sunny, and in the north, it is cold and icy. Europe has 4 million square miles, about 735 million people. It has 50 countries. The biggest country is Russia. The smallest country is the Vatican City. Most populous city is Moscow, Russia. Asia. Asia is the biggest continent, covering almost a third of the land on Earth. It stretches from the Mediterranean Sea in the west to the Pacific Ocean in the east. Asia is home to about 3 out of every 5 people in the world. But in addition to bustling cities, it also has vast areas of desert and forest. So here you have some of your desert, and over here you have some of your forest. Record breakers are Asia boasts many features, including the world's highest mountain, deepest lake, and tallest building. Africa. The vast continent of Africa has huge deserts, streamy rainforests, and grasslands where wild animals such as zebras, elephants, and rhinos roam. It is the world's second biggest continent after Asia and has the second largest number of people. Many Africans work as farmers in the countryside. Others live in big, bustling cities. Australia and Oceania. Australia is the world's smallest continent. It is also the world's 6th largest country. The surrounding islands do not belong to a continent, but are part of an area called Oceania. Many of these islands are made from coral or are the tips of underwater volcanoes. Most of Oceania is a tropical paradise. The total land area is 3.3 million square miles, about 35 million people for population, and has 14 countries. The biggest country is Australia, and the smallest is Tuvalu. Antarctica. Antarctica is located at the southern end of the Earth. It is the coldest and windiest continent. A huge ice sheet covers most of Antarctica, burying mountains, volcanoes, and valleys. The stormy Southern Ocean lies around Antarctica. In winter, the sea freezes, almost doubling the size of the continent. The icy Arctic is the area around the North Pole, at the northern end of the Earth. It is not a continent like Antarctica because it's mostly made up of frozen ocean. The total land area of Antarctica is 5.4 million square miles. The total population is 0 for permanent and about 1,000 to 5,000 visiting scientists and researchers. The number of countries is 0, and the highest mountain is Vinson Massif. The length of coastline is 11,000 miles. The lowest temperature can get to negative 128.6 degrees Fahrenheit. And the largest research station in Antarctica is McMurdo Station.